guys know you're not supposed to eat out of hot plastic? They never told us that in prison. We ate everything out of hot plastic. Just put it in the damn plastic cup, plastic bowl, whatever. Didn't matter what you were eating, what you were cooking. Microwaved it in some plastic. Now apparently that's a bad thing. I didn't know. I got out and I got with some woman. Got with this woman. Turns out her parents, both of her parents had died very young from cancer. So she was super sensitive about cancer. Right? And drinking anything hot out of a piece of plastic was like a super no-no. She'd freak out on you. How dare you? Right? Well, it turns out now, I guess, it gives you cancer or something. Hot plastic. You're not supposed to microwave plastic. Shit like that. Weavy, I see you. Rich DM, I see you. Good looking. Take this time to shout out my channel members. Vitmore. We Was Wolves. Bigfoot. Bigfoot been there from the start. Anna the Goat. Anna might have been my first subscriber. No, Wesley was my first subscriber. Stephen Beath. Vegas Profile Stories. Good to see you. Man, I'll tell you this. This is what I'm going to tell you. Now, you can't find the video anymore on YouTube. It's a video in Bohemian Grove. Alex Jones was able to infiltrate Bohemian Grove long time ago. He was able to get himself in there and take some footage. He never got inside like the buildings and stuff, but he got to the outside. He got footage of them doing their little ceremony, their little worship to Moloch, right? I think that's the name, Moloch, isn't it? The owl, the big owl. Big owl effigy, right? This is in Northern California. This is what made Alex Jones famous. A lot of people don't remember this. The whatchamacallit. He wasn't really famous before that, but he was the guy who had infiltrated Bohemian Grove. But everybody knew what Bohemian Grove was. They knew that's where the elites went to do weird shit. The reason why is because little things. My mother worked at Pacific Bell, which is the phone company in California, Pac Bell. Well, there was a phone number attached to Bohemian Grove. There was one phone number. And that one phone number was attached to one zip code. There was one zip code in Bohemian Grove. It's got its own zip code. It's got its own phone number. There's one line in. And she knew they were told what to do about that. Like, you can't get that phone number, right? Nobody can get that phone number. Only certain people. So they always knew. The normal people, people like us, working class people, just from her going to her job, she knew something was going on out there. Well, Alex Jones infiltrates this place. I don't remember what year he did it, but he was able to upload the video to YouTube. I tried to go find it. I can't find it anymore, but I've seen it several times. You know, and we know that Alex Jones was telling the truth. All in, I see you. G, what up? The frogs are gay. Exactly. They're turning the frickin' frogs gay, homie. I feel like the only thing Alex Jones ever got wrong was Sandy Hook. I feel like that's the only thing he ever got wrong, and so they hung him for it. They finally got him on something where like, nah, he's actually wrong about this one. Or I don't know, maybe the interdimensional space demons. So then, if we get to thinking about that dude who didn't kill himself, you know, what's his name? Alex Jones been talking about him for years. And that was also the dude at the center of the Pizzagate thing. Like, are we supposed to forget about that? Everybody hit them likes, man. Run them likes up, my friends. Please. What do we got? 4 people in here? Damn. I'm telling you, my live streams are hurting since I got that hate speech strike. They don't send my shit out at all. Yeah. You been there? You been to Bohemian Grove? Yeah, I never went down there. But, so he was obviously right about Bohemian Grove. And then we get a hold of the Nixon tapes, right? Whenever Nixon gets impeached. Because Nixon recorded everything that he said, everything that happened in the White House, right? Because he was super paranoid and he wanted a record of everything that went on. So he was even recording his own conversations. well, he has a conversation with somebody about Bohemian Grove. And he says, and this is the exact words, he said, that's the faggiest shit I ever seen in my life. He said it was just a bunch of homosexuals. He said, I went in there and there was just a bunch of homosexual activity going on, and I got the hell out of there as quick as I could. And think about what happened to Richard Nixon. He was made to resign in disgrace. He refused Bohemian Grove, and he was made to resign in disgrace. Right? So, we know what Bohemian Grove was. Alex Jones busted that wide open. Then he gets to talking about the dude who didn't kill himself. In Pizzagate, they make a big deal about Pizzagate. They say, oh, it's just a bunch of QAnon conspiracies. QAnon wasn't a thing at the time, of course, but it's just a bunch of conspiracy theories and da-da-da-da-da. A bunch of crackpots. They're not eating kids down there and none of that weird stuff. And then what do you know? 10 years later, here comes this dude who didn't kill himself with his little black book, right? Turns out the same dude who was being accused of being at the center of Pizzagate actually was. Hold on, I dropped the joint real quick. Can't be rolling without the joint. It's on fire too. There we go, bam. So it turns out the same dude who was at the center of Pizzagate actually was doing what Alex Jones said he was doing, right? So he's right again. I'm just saying. Yeah, Bohemian Grove. Like and share, my friends. Run them likes up. If you really like a motherfucker, share. Bam. He was. Sandy Hook was, you know what I mean? There was weird stuff going on, but there's always, the thing is, whenever you talk about crime, see, this is the thing that I've noticed about crime, is whenever you keep your mouth shut, whenever you commit a bunch of crime and you keep your mouth shut, there's always going to be some parts of the crime that don't add up, because there's things that the cops just don't know if people keep their mouth shut. And so there will be loose ends in any crime. If nobody talks to the police, there will always be loose ends that they just can't figure out exactly what happened. That's kind of what happens in a criminal investigation if everybody keeps their 10 toes down, right? And so it doesn't surprise me that there's inconsistencies, that there's things that we can't figure out about Sandy Hook. But he fed into that. He was getting views and views and views, and they didn't have the adpocalypse at the time on YouTube. You could monetize the N-word back then. You could just get on here and scream the N-word all day, and they would monetize you. Absolutely. So, yeah. There is a war on for your mind. That is the truth, though. That's what advertising is. That's what propaganda is. That's what the U.S. government, the U.S. government, they are possibly the biggest propaganda. Governments in general, actually, I shouldn't say the U.S. government. Governments in general have to convince you that you're spending all this money on them, that you're giving them your tax dollars, and that they're worth it, right? And so you have to walk outside and see, well, is it worth what I pay? Is my street nice? Do I have a sidewalk? Do they pick up the trash on time? Does my water sucks. The water here is absolutely horrible. That's the one horrible thing about where I live. It's not just where I live, it's the city. The city that I live in, is the water quality is garbage. The water smells like dirt. It smells like the black, nice potting soil that you would buy at the store. You need some razors and beef jerky. Nah, dude. Crib Max a stroke, homie. Crib Max a stroke. He stroked me off for like 10 days. Kept making appointments and then blowing them, and then making appointments and then blowing them, and then making appointments. He literally made like 10 appointments with me and then blew them. And then he sent me back $105. I sent him 100. He sent me back 105. So I guess I gained 5% on my fucking cash. So I can't be that mad, because a 5% return in 10 days isn't a very. That's not a bad return at all. I wish I could get 5% every 10 days. I'd fucking throw all my money there. Cuck Buster. Cuck Buster. I don't know why I just saw that name out the corner of my eye. It jumped up out of nowhere. Cuck Buster. That's a good one. But nah. So then I see Crib Mac now, right? Oh, okay. So he just goes away, doesn't do any features for like a week, and now this fool wants like $4 bills for his features, like $500 for a Zoom call, $800 for a live, or some shit like that. It's like, oh, homie, that's what it is then, right? And the honest truth is, whenever we were in the middle of all that 10 days, whenever he was shining me on, he tried to work me for another 100, dog. Tried to get me to send him another 100. So that's going to be a big thumbs down on C-Mac for my channel from now on. I'm not going to make a bunch of content about him because I don't hate the dude or nothing like that. But you asked, so I'm going to tell you. If people ask, I'm going to tell the truth. I ain't going to lie about it. If it was a stroke, homie. Straight fucking lame. Alex was talking about forced vaccinations back. Yeah. I used to like Jesse Ventura's show. People make fun of Jesse Ventura, and I mean he was funded. RT is funded by the Russian government, but Jesse Ventura was cool. I don't think Jesse Ventura was corrupted by the Russian government. I'm pretty sure they just let him say whatever the fuck he wanted, because the shit that Jesse would say, the Russian government liked him saying it. Right? So that's why they funded it. It wasn't because they were feeding him lines to talk shit about the government. He'd been talking shit about the government for years. I like Jesse Ventura. Remember? That used to be, RT was a thing before this stupid war happened. Right? You used to be able to get RT on like, you used to be able to get RT on YouTube. You used to be able to watch RT, Russian television. Now, you got to go through the Russian media monitor. Right? Stupid. Yeah, hit Bigfoot's catch app. He needs some jerky. Bigfoots need jerky. Jack Lakes. North Korea is built on force. That's the only thing holding North Korea together anymore, is the force that it can apply to the outside countries around it. Well, actually, not to the outside countries, to South Korea. The fact that it can hold Seoul, which is a population of about 20 million, it can obliterate Seoul. No matter what anybody does, nobody can stop North Korea from obliterating Seoul. That's what it's doing. It basically has a hostage. But it's built on force. It's built on keeping outside influence out, because it can apply nuclear force. It can destroy Seoul, and the internal apparatus. The internal security apparatus that it foists upon its people, the control that it wields. They said they sent it all to Big Lance, dog. Oh, you'll just send it to Big Lance. I thought they said they already sent it all to Big Lance. Yeah, I'm telling you, the only thing he got wrong was Sandy Hook, dog. The only thing Alex Jones got wrong was Sandy Hook. Clip that shit, right? I mean, real talk. Real talk. Everything else, the dude's been spot on. The frogs probably are gay. You know what I mean? I know what he's talking about with the frogs being gay. He's saying that the frogs will change sexes, but frogs will do that anyway. Amphibians do that anyway. If you have like 10 male frogs, one of them, and you put them in an enclosure, one of them will turn into a female. They just do that. Or it's the other way around. A female will turn into a male or something like that. That's just normal. But he was just saying they were pumping. So, and there is a bunch of estrogen. I mean, think about all the pregnancy pills. Not pregnancy pill, anti-abortion. What the fuck am I talking about? Damn, I haven't even heard somebody mention those in a long time. What? Anti-pregnancy pills. That's not what they're called. Birth control pills. Jesus Christ. Birth control. Birth control, that's straight estrogen. So think about all the old expired birth control and estrogen that's being dumped into the toilet and stuff like that, right? And these women are taking extra estrogen. I don't know if estrogen comes out through the urine, but I bet if you take some extra, it might. And all this stuff is ending up in we know that. There's like antidepressants, dude. There's antidepressants in the fucking water. The fish are antidepressants. We know that. You know what I mean? So we're fucking stuff up. We're fucking the ocean up worse than we're fucking the atmosphere. We talk about greenhouse gases and global warming. You know, there's a guy named Dick Lindzen who's a doctor at MIT. He's a professor. He has a doctorate. He's the professor emeritus of meteorology at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which is the premier engineering college pretty much in the world. So this guy is one of the top meteorologists in the world. and they have completely blackballed this dude from speaking out in public because of the things that he says about the climate. And he didn't say that global warming is not a problem, and he doesn't say that he doesn't say that humans aren't causing the temperature to go up. What he says is, imagine that the climate, what keeps the temperature constant in the atmosphere, imagine you have 15 Hondas in a row. And all of these create the factors that make the temperature what it is. He said, well, we have one engine overheating, and that is the CO2. That's all. Out of 15, we've got one that's overheating. He said, we've still got the sun, right? We've got the radiation. We've got the things that happen in the atmosphere. There's all kinds of things that end up controlling the winds, the way the winds and the shift in the poles and all that shit. All this shit creates what we deal with, right? There's multiple different factors, but we've got these people who just won't shut up about the fact that the world's going to explode. You know, whenever I was a kid, I remember whenever Al Gore wrote that stupid ass book, and I even remember watching the documentary, An Inconvenient Truth. It was a well-made documentary, and it made you believe that it was all about to be over any second now. And New York's supposed to be underwater. That's what they said. New York was going to be like 10 feet underwater right now. That's what he predicted by 2020, that New York would be 10 feet underwater. It's like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? And none of that shit happened. Like, he wrote this whole book and then got on a jet and flew all over the fucking country, and they won like a Nobel fucking Peace Prize or some shit like that. And it was all just bullshit. It was just a book full of bullshit, but it was really well put together bullshit that made the argument that these people liked, that these globalists liked, right? And they packaged it up real nice, and it was professionally made, and it was dope. You know what I mean? It was a good documentary. I watched it front to back. It's a good documentary. Convinced me, had me going. I was in prison whenever it happened. I was in prison. I was convinced. Fuck, here goes New York. You know what I mean? The whole world was convinced for like 18 months, and then everybody realized, like, none of that shit's really happened. You know? Just saying, Alex Jones was right. The only thing he got wrong was Sandy Hook. That's all I'm saying. Sunset, I see you. Choco, good looking. Let's shout out my channel members real quick, man. Havitmore, good looking. Havitmore is the latest one for subscribing to the channel. We Was Wolves. Bigfoot, I see you, my homie. I see you. Anna the Goat, Stephen Beath, Vegas Profile Stories, and Wesley Mitchell. I thank you guys, and I want to thank everybody who's here listening to me, because I'm serious. If I can't reiterate this enough, you guys are the people who got me into graduate school, man. You guys got me into graduate school, right? Because I don't even have a degree in media, in communications or media or any of that shit. I have a degree in technical writing. I have a Bachelor of Science in technical writing, and I jumped from one field to a complete other field because they don't have a master's in technical writing. They don't offer one, and I don't want one. I don't want a fucking master's in technical writing. Technical writing's dry. And I was able to jump from one field to another based upon this channel, based upon you guys, the views, the monetization, all that shit. You guys watch it, so I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you guys. Arresari. Sup, Karna? I stay far away from that Antifa. Edamame? I don't know if it has estrogen. It's like a little bee. Yeah, pea and meth. Xylazine, yeah. Yeah, this fentanyl's weak. You know what I mean? Dr. Dick. There's more polar ice on this planet than any time in recorded human history. What? I don't know about that, because there's been ice ages. Why did Obama buy a mansion on tranny land? I mean, Martha's Vineyard. Yeah, I know. That's what they said. They convinced everybody that the world was going to fall off, that New York was going to fall off, the East Coast was going to be underwater, and then what happened? Nothing. Obama goes and buys some shit. What up, Castillo? Good to see you. If the ocean level is going to rise by 10 feet, you'd never be able to get a 30-year-old home loan in any low. I know where, like Florida, yeah. You know, because Florida's on the edge anyway. Half of Florida's on the edge. Louisiana, you know what I mean? If you raise it by 10 feet, South Louisiana's gone. Like a lot of the bayou and shit like that. It's just nonsense. They just say whatever. Yeah. Obama's over there chilling, homie, on Martha's Vineyard. Talking about get these immigrants out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah, put these immigrants to work. That's what they should have done. Tommy Thunder, I see you. Good looking, my homie. Thank you for being here. I'm just saying, the only thing Alex Jones got wrong was Sandy Hook. Alex Jones has made a lot of predictions, and to only get one of them wrong, and he's making another one now. I know you guys know about the new one he's making now. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm hoping you guys have seen the new one that he's talking about, but it's about that thing that just messed up the world for 3 years, and about how it might be coming back, and they're going to, with this again, fucking bang. You know what I mean? Vato pulling up to the pin. Yeah, I don't know what that dude was doing. I swear to God, he did two. He's bumping that song. He's bumping the song, that brand new song from Oliver Anthony that's going viral, talking about how crazy the world is, right? This dude's in a fucking station wagon that looks like a Batmobile. It looks like an old hearse or something. You can go look at the video. It's a short that I put out. And I'm at the park, and I see him, and he's blaring. He's got a bullhorn, right? There's a bullhorn strapped to the front of his car, and he's blaring that song. And he does like 2 laps around the park, blaring this song, dude, just da da da, right? About how the world's gone crazy and there's fat people on welfare and everything else. I don't know if you've heard that song or not, but it's wild. And what's it called? Rich Men North of Richmond. Is that what it's called? Rich Men North of Richmond. And so he's just blaring this song, dude. This is earlier today, and he does a couple laps around the block, and then he pulls up right to the police station, to the front door of the police station, and gets out, and this fool has like a flak jacket on, or like a bulletproof vest on, or something like that. Gets out and walks straight into the police station. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I have no idea. I guess maybe he was there to file a motion or something. He looked like, you know what I mean? And on the back of his car, he's got 2 flags, and I don't know what one of the flags are. They're coming off the bumper. They stick out the back, and they're coming off the bumper. They go like that in a V. You know what I mean? If you're looking at it from the back, it's like that in a V. And one's an American flag, and I don't know what the other one is. But the car looks like it's been spray painted. It looks like, I don't know, like an old Plymouth station wagon from the 70s maybe, or something like that. That's been spray painted all black. And he drives it around the neighborhood. I've seen it around the neighborhood. It's got big fins on it and shit. It looks like an old Batmobile, like an old ghetto Batmobile. It's kind of what it looks like. And it's got, the dude's wild. Dirtbag status. Crusted, I see you. If anybody want to come up, come up. I'm just bullshitting. I'm just saying. Alex Jones got a lot. Alex Jones is a national treasure. That's all I'm going to say, dog. He's an American treasure. And I don't feel that he's ever going to get, he's not going to get the respect that he deserves in America until he's gone. You know what I mean? He's just not going to. And what'll happen is the liberals will probably co-opt it. Like in 20 years, whenever Alex Jones dies, the liberals will find a way to co-opt it, and they'll make like documentaries about it and be like, he was a complicated figure or something like that, and they'll make all, you know what I mean? And they'll make a bunch of money off the situation, even though they were the same ones who were burning him down. That tried to that sued him for $8 trillion or whatever the fuck they sued him for. That ridiculous amount of money, $400 billion or $250 billion or whatever the hell they sued him for, right? They're the ones that allowed that shit to happen, right? But they'll just co-opt it later and be like, oh no, he was, you know, there'll be like a VH1 documentaries about him and shit like that. Knowing yous are the same assholes who fucking crucified him, dude. You know? Trump too, dude. You know what? I gotta give I had a political science teacher. I've only taken one political science class because I didn't really care. I know a lot about politics. I didn't want to hear about it from college. But I took one college class because everybody has to take at least political science. You have to know politics. I took a political science class. And the teacher said, this was on the very first day of class. Trump was still president at the time. She said, do you guys think that Trump is an effective president? And you heard like that, and you heard one girl in the back say no. And you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, I think he is. And she goes, why? And I named off a couple things. She goes, what you just mentioned, she goes, is a small portion of the things that Trump has accomplished. She goes, Trump is one of the most effective presidents in modern history. And this is an extremely liberal Asian woman. But she had to be honest about her craft. She had a master's degree in political science, and she was like, Trump is an incredibly effective politician. That's what she said. Then she went on to badmouth him and say a bunch of other things about him, how he was disgusting and he was an asshole. But she couldn't lie about her craft. Homie was with the business, dog. Trump was with the business. He got hundreds of federal court judges appointed. He got part of the damn wall built, part of it fell down and some other shit, but he did a lot on the wall. He tried to build it. He did what he could. He got several Supreme Court justices nominated. I think 3. Did he? Did he get 3? Amy Berry Conant and the 2 guys. And they smeared both the guys as being R words. Right? I don't remember. They couldn't smear the woman. The worst they could get on her was she was a Catholic. Amy Coney Barrett. That's the worst they had, was that like she was a Catholic with 5 kids. They were like, ugh. You know what I mean? But so they couldn't do nothing with them. But then the 2 guys, remember the one dude, they accused him of boofing. They found some woman who said that he had boofed her whenever she was like 16, like farted and, you know what I mean? Or a blumpkin or something like that, had given her, made it something like that, made her give him head while he was taking a deuce or something like that, or farted while she was sucking him off or something like that. That's what they got. That's what they dug up on this Supreme Court justice. And there's been 2 of them, right? There was 2 males and a female. That's 4 years. In 4 years, Trump got 3 Supreme Court justices in. That's incredibly effective. Trump will go down, if they give him his proper due, as one of the most effective presidents in American history. And if he can get in again, I believe he's going to do it again. Hit the like for me, please, my friends, please. I appreciate you. It helps. It helps. All these views, these don't really get monetized. These live streams, this is just for us to kick it though. Anybody could come up and kick it if they want to. But this is just for me because I got to get back with my people, man. I'm telling you, that strike got me. That strike was a gut punch. Last video I put out before the strike got 100,000 views. Came back and dropped a video a week later, it got 1,500. Strike said, ugh. And hate speech strikes ain't no joke, homie. Are they talking about this? You guys see the screen right there? Are they talking about that where you guys are at? They talking about these things coming back? There's grumblings about them. There's grumblings about them that they're gonna come back. Different companies are instituting them and stuff like that. Some people still wear them whenever you go to like the doctor's office and stuff. I think these people in California, I think all these gang members in California are just wearing them because they can get away with shit. You're just running around with a fucking mask on. I don't see how, and that's what's so stupid about politics, is these politicians have handcuffed themselves because they're stuck with the thing that just shut the country down, right? The thing that makes us do this, turn into Bane, right? They're stuck with it. They have to scaremonger for it. And so because of that, they can't say, stop wearing your mask. They can't say that. And since they can't say that, all these gang members can just run around and rob the damn place and nobody's gonna do anything about it. Nobody knows who anybody is. These dudes are having blah 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 in broad daylight. They're out here like it's the Wild West, and nobody knows who anybody is, and nobody's telling, and nobody can be identified, right? Nobody can be identified because everybody got the goddamn ski mask on, right? Then again, you can wear a ski mask if you want to, just because, you know what I mean? But I don't have to let you in my establishment with a mask on. Out here, they stopped that shit. The banks, you can't go in banks with this on anymore. They'll stop you. Take that shit off. You gotta take that shit off so we can identify you. You know what I mean? So, they're not doing that shit out here. I seen a dude hiking yesterday in a park wearing one. I was like, what the fuck? Out there jogging, breathing hard, homie. Yeah. They're gonna shut Alex Jones down again if he don't watch it. He's out here telling everybody what they're gonna do. He's out here telling everybody what they're gonna do. They're gonna get pissed. Watch. Mandates are not laws. You're right. Mandates are not laws. It's not the same thing. There might be a law about breaking a mandate. There could be a blanket law, you know what I mean, that's just about breaking mandates. Possible. Like a disorderly conduct. That's what they always keep, right? You're disturbing the peace, you know? Hit the like for me, my friends, please. Hit the like for me. Share it if you really like it. Share it if you really want to support the channel. Help the play get through grad school. This grad school shit is hard, homie. Hey, I did a fucking assignment today. Jesus Christ. This thing took me like 3.5 hours front to back, dog. One assignment. For one class. Not even a large assignment. This isn't like a middle of the semester or anything. This is like the first assignment. That motherfucker took 3.5 hours, dog, front to back. It's rigorous. You gotta, it's not like, oh, just write a paper on this or none of that shit. It's use 3 different search engines. It's take the term technical communication and search it in 3 different search engines, and then take all the information on those 3 landing pages and categorize it out, and then find out who the people are who wrote those articles, and then go look into their past and find out who they're connected to, and find out if they're reputable people. I want to know if the people who wrote these things are reputable or not, so you're not citing bullshit, right? So then you'll have to go dig in. I was literally spent the morning like digging into like 15 people's lives to find out if they were reputable or not. I had to go find the article that I wanted, read the article, and then dig into their past to make sure that they're reputable and prove that they're reputable, prove that they're a good source. And then once I did that, I had to find 5, in all of the readings that I did, I had to find 5 different definitions of technical communication and write those out. And then I had to write a summary on like all 10 or 11 of the websites that were on the landing page. So I had to go to Bing, I had to go to Yahoo, or whatever the fuck. No, where did I go? To Edge. I went to Microsoft Edge, I went to Google Chrome, and I went to Yahoo. Right? The shit's, you know what I mean? Make you think about it. Dub ate a burrito with extra beef. Walmart to the rescue. They need to close all the rest of the small businesses. Walmart to the rescue. Yeah. I'm over Walmart shit too. Dub had a mask on, but I knew it was him because he was raging. He was screaming the N-word through the mask. Wes Carson, what up? Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm just saying. Alex Jones has been trying to warn us the whole time. He's been trying to let us know. He was just, the thing is he was trying to sell his supplements at the same time, so everybody's like, oh, this dude's just a snake oil salesman, because he was selling some old bullshit supplements, and supplements are kind of shifty anyway, you know what I mean? But that's who wanted him to sell, so it is what it is, you know? Homie's got to pay his bills. Dub called him for an interview. Yeah. Dub thought that was amazing. Hey, homie, you ever try to steal 18 hamburgers on a prison yard? You ever tried to sneak 18 hamburgers past a cop that's gonna pat you down? That shit ain't easy, huh? That shit ain't easy. You know? Just saying. I'm a slick one. I'm slicker than diarrhea, boy. And you'll never smell me coming. Thank you, Richie Poe. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. If I could kill this over the next 12 months, they're saying, basically, if I can get past, I front-loaded my semester, right? I'm taking 12 credits this semester, which is 1 1/3 times. You're only supposed to take 9 credits, but I'm taking 12, so I can graduate in a year. And then in the summer, I'm going to take 9, and then in the fall, or and then in the in the spring, I'm going to take 9, and then in the summer, I'm going to take 9, and then I'll graduate next summer. So I'll have my graduate degree. I'll have my master's degree in like 11 months from now, something like that. So, and then after that, if I come out the top of that on some real gangster shit, like if I can kill this program in a year, that right there says some real gangster shit, because this is a 2-year program. If I could come out and kill this in a year, then I'm pretty much and come out with good grades. Come out the other side of this with good grades, then I'm pretty much a shoo-in for a PhD candidate, right? To keep going for a PhD. Just saying. How many dudes you know did 4 years in solitary confinement with a PhD? That's all I'm saying. That's all right. We all need someone to look up to. Man, y'all go in on Dub, but you know what? Dub says the things. Dub's willing to say the things that everybody thinks, but nobody's willing to say. Hey, Dub be going in on you, motherfucker. But everybody goes in on Dub too. I'll give him that. But that fool comes out guns blazing, dog, every morning. But he gets bagged on too. I see it all. Take AdSense away and you better be selling merch. Why the hell would they take my AdSense away? They shouldn't. I go through and cut out all the cuss words out of all my long-form videos. What was going through my mind by interviewing Dub? Oh no, I don't remember particularly. I was just letting him tell his story, letting him go. I did notice he was saying some crazy shit, but I'm not the type to interrupt people when they're saying crazy shit, because you never know how crazy they'll go if you just let them keep talking. You know what I mean? So you never interrupt somebody whenever they're acting crazy. Let's see how it plays out. You know what I mean? But Dub's cool. Dub's cool though, man. I just don't like it. I don't like him screaming the N-word like that, dog. I don't like that. Other than that, I ain't got no problem with Dub, man. But you can't be screaming the N-word. That shit's played out, man. That shit's played out, man. Even if you're a white dude, I get it. 3 campuses, that's dope. Sunset took classes all year, no time off. Campuses within the county, that's dope. That's dope. Whoa. Richie Rich. Rub Mud. My mom brought me out here. My mom wanted me to get away from California, and I got expelled out of California schools for an assault, and I was expelled completely. I wasn't allowed in California school, and my mom was kind of trying to work it out with her husband, and he was getting his shit together, and so he came out here to get his shit together, and he told her, he's like, if I go out there and get my shit together, will you come? And she was like, yeah, if you go get your shit together. And he came out here and got his shit together. He did. And then she actually sent me to Portland. I didn't go directly to Denver. I went up to Portland and lived for a little while. I went and stayed in Portland, did the Portland thing with one of the homies for a while. The homie Jimmy. That's where I got the big perm. Look at this tattoo. I got this tattoo on my 13th birthday. Big perm, homie. It's been gone over us a couple times since then, but It was green too. It was bright green. That tattoo since I was 13 years old, dog. I got that tattoo. What am I now? I'm 40. So 27 years. That tattoo's 27 years old. And the big homie Jimmy did that in the Portland projects on Northeast 123rd and Sandy. Now I've gotten all the rest of the shit around it since then, but I still got that same one. That's the first tattoo I'm not gonna lie, I had the little cross right there. But it was the 3 dots at first, and then I was like, ah, fuck it, turn it in. I just kept I had some tattoo ink and wanted to keep fucking with it. You know what I mean? But, so I went up to Portland, hung out in Portland for a while. And then my mom was like, okay, I got my shit together down here. They had a little trailer down here, and they bought a little car. They had their shit together. They both had jobs. Whenever I moved down here, they had a trailer, a car. My mom and her husband both had jobs. And so then we went from there. And I moved out here to Westwood. Yeah, you know what I mean? I gotta try. Even if I do that, if I can do that, because the thing is my first like almost 2.5 years in college, I didn't take out no loans. Because I was making good money. I was actually a manager at a restaurant. I was making good money. I was actually making really good money at restaurants until I tore the meniscus in my knee. And I was off my feet for like 5 months. And I never really went back to, this was during the pandemic, and I never really went back to it. But I was making, because I've got a lot of kitchen experience, because prison and then working out here, so I know what I'm doing. And so I was actually making okay money for somebody with no education. You know what I mean? I was doing okay out here. I was working at a country club. And, I forget why the fuck I was telling all that story, but I got stoned. But yeah. Oh, no. That was the point, is that I didn't take any loans out. That's what it was about. I didn't take any loans out. And, so I kept my loans low. I just started taking loans maybe 2 years ago. Something like that. I finally started taking out loans because I finally figured out what I wanted to do. So my loans are still pretty low. And if I can kill this in 1 year, because the administrative fees are a lot, right? It's not just the tuition, it's all the administrative fees that go along with it. That shit costs a bunch of money too. So if you can kill it in half the time, you end up with half the administrative fees, right? So if I can kill this and then get into a doctoral program and kill that, I can come out with less than $100,000 in debt, with a PhD and less than $100,000 in debt, from a good institution, not just a cheap institution like this is CSU, where I'm fucking with now. It's not the best institution in the state. There's some better ones, like the Mines is better. We've got a really good engineering college, School of Mines out here. I wouldn't want to get into the School of Mines. The School of Mines is fucked. It's bad. People out there, it's the dark little secret that people don't know about the School of Mines, is people unalive themselves all the time, like a couple a week out there. They said the classes, some of the math classes out there are so hard that they grade on a curve to where a passing grade is like a 38 or some shit like that, because they're so fucking hard. It's just basically, can you grasp the concept, is basically what it is. So because nobody's getting 100%, right? Only super geniuses are getting anywhere near that, and so the grade to pass is low, is very, very low, and these people are still taking their lives out there every week because the stress is so hard. Yeah, I'm not the best at that stuff. I need to get better at it. I needed to get better at marketing. I'm gonna get ready to take some marketing classes during this degree. I'm taking something called corporate video editing. So I should be, that should pick up some of my skills. I'm sure that should teach me some video editing skills that I don't know. Probably make me look more professional. Corporate video editing, I bet you my shit will look a lot more professional once I get done with that class. So that'll be a good one. Oh, James Mitchell, I see you. Thank you, brother. Strange, what up? Good to see you, my homie. Who you got, Dylan Donis or Logan Paul? Who the fuck is Dylan Donis? I don't know who that is, brother. Lived on 24th and Ford? Yeah. My people we actually still own a trailer out there. We never got rid of it because it's one of those things where we bought it and the lot rent is like fixed, so like $400, and it's an old beat up trailer from years and years and years ago. It's from like the 60s or something like that, but it's a place to live, and it's right in the middle of fucking Golden, which is the rent up there is crazy. All the rent around there is like $1,500, $1,800 minimum, right? $2,000, $2,400 for something nice. And we actually own a little trailer like right there in the middle of it, right by King Soopers. Strange, you probably know where that is. My family's owned it for years. They rent it out. It's just this little beat up trailer, but we ain't getting rid of that. That's the one piece of something that we got for my inheritance. No, that's actually gonna be, that would be my little brother's inheritance, I believe. Because it's actually his dad. It's not my dad. My dad died many years ago. Oh. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate you. Anybody want to come up? Go ahead. Oh. I'm just saying. Alex Jones was trying to warn us, dog. He's a superhero, and we villainize him. They villainize him. They sue him for $10 trillion. They, you know what I mean? They try to take his company. He's got to, I mean, you can't even, it's so dumb because you can't even sue somebody like that. You can't just sue somebody for $80 bazillion. You know what I mean? It's stupid. You're just claim bankruptcy. They would have done more damage to have a financial analyst look at his company and be like, how much of a chunk can we take out of his ass without making him claim bankruptcy? Then they would have got some actual money, right? And it would have actually hurt Alex Jones' pocketbook. But instead, he's just claiming bankruptcy and restructuring his company, right? Is it $2,500 for an apartment in Golden? Okay, well, you know where it is? Okay, you know where the King Soopers is? Right across the street, there's that gas station. Directly across the street where the bus stop is. Well, if you look at that gas station, if you're in the parking lot of that gas station and you walk up to the back fence and look over it, there's 3 trailers. And we own one of those trailers. Owned it for years, and it's right there, right in the heart of fucking Golden, dude. And I wouldn't give that trailer up for nothing. You keep that motherfucker, because the rent out there is nuts, dude. All you got to do is make sure that thing's livable. Just keep it livable, keep it running. You know what I mean? The pipes and the sewage and the electrical running, and that place is money. Yeah, if you think about how long ago my family bought it, it was $425. That was their rent was $425. Yep, by the roundabout. Exactly, by the roundabout, where all the fucking parolees hang out. Where all the work release people hang out. Literally right there where all the work release people. Because whenever you get out of Jefferson County Jail, you got to walk like 4 or 5 blocks to the bus station. And the bus thing. And the bus thing is right there. Well, no, I guess now there's a light rail that runs all the way to the jail. But it didn't used to be that way. It used to be you had to walk like 5 or 6 blocks over to that little thing. So I could literally chill at the trailer and just go look over the fence. And you could see all the parolees and shit right there. All the work release people. Oh. Yeah. No, thank you guys, man. I don't know about this overlay. What do you guys think? Let me run a couple overlays by you. Tell me which one you think. Oh. Let's see. Oh, it looks like they finally, damn. So I might be stuck with the one I have. I think I am stuck with the one I have. Bam. I need to pay StreamYard. StreamYard's mad at me. They want me to pay them. And I just haven't gotten around to doing it. These these books kicked my ass because none of my financial aid went through. So now StreamYard's, I just went and tried to change the overlay, and it's like, StreamYard comes with one free overlay, So it looks like if I change it, it's just going to change it back to the default one. It's trying to get me to spend some loot. So that's all right. It looks like we're stuck with the one that's on the screen, I guess. Because I'm not going to pay them for right now. I'm going to run the... Yeah, Alex Jones was sued by Sandy Hook. They mad at me too. Why was you talking crazy about Sandy? Oh, StreamYard mad at you too? Yeah, they want their money. Yeah. They get the red box when I go to. Yeah, that big old red stripe across the screen. Yeah, and you got to exit out. Yeah, I've had it for about a week. They sweating me. They want their money. They're gonna have to wait for this financial aid to come through. I was looking at the thing yesterday. I got all my shit set up. I've done everything, and it says it's got all green check marks on all my financial aid now. It's all ready to go, but that doesn't help the fact that it was only processed 2 days ago. So, but it's on its way. It'll get here eventually. StreamYard will get your money, motherfuckers. Just hold on. Weavis, I haven't caught you much lately. Weavis, where you at? Where you at? You all right? You doing okay? I'm telling you, this grad school shit is hard. I gotta like you can't even take a day off. Can't even take a day off. I gotta go at some shit first thing in the morning too. My thing is I can't work good at night. Like, I come on here and I can bullshit with you guys at night, smoke weed, and chill out. But I've been up since like 6 in the morning, homie. I'm fucking toast. By the time you guys see me at the end of the days, I'm toast. You know, I can't work good like this. Put it this way, I couldn't do good schoolwork like this. I got to get at it early in the morning. So I got to make sure I get up early in the morning and get at it. Oh yeah, well there's all kinds of money. It seems that there's all kinds of money for graduate students. Once you've got that graduate degree, you could basically go just ask the government for money to start a business once you've got a master's degree. But my fucking credit is so goddamn bad. I can't imagine them giving me any money. It all goes back to what I was talking about whenever I hurt my meniscus. Whenever I tore the shit out of my meniscus, they basically said that all the fluid in the right, because you know there's a meniscus in each side of your knee, right and the left. There's a pad on each side. He was like, there's basically no fluid left on the outside. He's like, you're basically just working with what you have on the inside. He's like, but if you take it easy, you can get that stuff to go back in there. But it's never really gotten right again. My knee's been loose ever since then. This was a couple years ago. My knee's just been loose no matter what. And I just wasn't able to work for like 6 months. That shit ruined my fucking credit. I was able to live off the stock market, the money that I had made in the stock market, but it fucking killed my credit. And my phone, my poor phone's acting up too. I got an iPhone 10, I think that is. Maybe an 11. No, I think I got an 11. But it's on its last legs. It's acting up. It switches channels by itself sometimes. Does all kinds of shit. I'll be back on this week sometimes. Yeah, let's do it, Weavy. I got this week. I got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. So if you want to go live Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll be happy to jump on with you just to bullshit, Weavy. If you want to do one together or something like that, you'll have somebody to back you up. Put it that way. If you want to do one over the next 2 nights, just hit me up during the day. Say, hey, I want to go live, and I'll back you up if you want it. Anyway, my friends, I'm probably going to call this one a night. We're creeping up on an hour. I thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. Good looking out. Man, doing a damn thing. I got another banger coming soon. Real soon. And it's gonna accuse some people of some things, dog. I'm pointing the finger at some people. I feel like there's some people who got something coming, dog, with all this bullshit that's been going on. Everybody in their mama's a fucking rat. Right? Every other week there's some paperwork. It's like, pick your favorite YouTuber. He's no good, homie. Just pick him. Pick him out of a fucking hat. Next week he'll be no good. You know what I mean? So watch out for that video coming too. I'm not happy about that shit. They just cross anybody out. These motherfuckers don't even care. They throw their own friends under the bus, homie. Oh yeah, he's solid. I've known him for like 25 years. That's the homie. Oh, he's no good. I can't fuck with you. Okay. Motherfuckers. On some YouTube shit. Imagine me cutting off one of my motherfucking homies on some YouTube shit. Fuck out of here. That ain't your friend then. If you gonna cut him off on some YouTube shit, that ain't your friend, homie. Have a good night, my friends. I appreciate you.